and, you know, save the world at the same time. So I thought this was just good advice for all of us, that, you know, it's okay to ask for help, and it's definitely okay to accept help. So check out Warcross. This book just came on my radar when I was at ALA Midwinter because it won the Stonewall Honor Award, and that's something that I did a lot of research for last spring, because one of my projects was for an LGBTQIA plus research project. And so this is, you know, just one of those niche literatures that I enjoy reading, and I like to find things for my kids to read who are questioning. And this was such a sweet love story. So I really suggest that you read. If you like historical fiction at all, then this is also a great read as far as that goes. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. So these two friends and Henry's younger sister, they take off to do a tour around Europe. And they have, you know, somebody that's supposed to look out for them, an older gentleman, and they get lost and cause all kinds of chaos. They steal something, they drink too much, they, you know, they're crazy. And so it's very funny. Henry he's detestable, but at the same time adorable and endearing, and Percy is just the sweetest character. And so it's a really cute book. If you liked the Shadowhunter Chronicles or the Bane Chronicles, I think Magnus Bane is also a great LGBTQ character that Henry kind of reminded me of a little bit. And more realistic fiction, if you like Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, then this would be a really great read for you. But Mackenzie Lee is a fabulous writer, and so I'm going to show you some of the sneak peeks from this book on the next page. So I wanted to pull out a couple different aspects of the author's writing style. I think her sense of wit and humor and sarcasm is hilarious, and I really appreciated it. And also her description is just absolutely beautiful. So she transforms this character who is very unlikable, but you can't help but love him. And then at the end, you know, he kind of completes this transformation. So the first quote, "God bless the book people for their boundless knowledge absorbed from having words instead of friends." I thought that just shows her sense of humor, that, you know, she is herself a book person, and so are all of us in this class, and she's kind of poking fun at us that, you know, we always have words, but I think, you know, we have friends too. The second one, I thought this was really beautiful and profound, and something that I wanted to take with me after reading this. "We are not broken things, neither of us. We are cracked pottery, mended with lacquer and flakes of gold, whole as we are, complete unto each other, complete and worthy, and so very loved." So you can take something that's broken and make it something even more beautiful, and I think that's really important for my students and all of our young adults to hear. The third one's just another funny one. "I am somehow stuck with an obstinate mount," he's talking about his horse, "that resembles less a horse and more a leggy sausage, and seems fond of ingesting my commands and then ignoring them in their entirety." And then the last one is an example of her beautiful description. "Against the sky, the stars crown him, marking the edges of his silhouette like he is a constellation of himself." So I think this is a fabulous read if you like historical fiction, or, you know, you just want to read something that has won an award this year, or just seeing the transformation between a brother and sister friendship, that they really understand each other, and of course it's a beautiful, endearing love story too. All right, and a friend pointed out that I should read Firebolt since I love young adult fantasy so much, and I had never heard of this series. It was under my radar, and so I checked it out, and I really liked it. I want to read the entire series now. So this is Firebolt by Adrienne Woods. If you like Serafina, which was one of my favorite books that I read a couple years ago, then I think you should definitely check this out. Even if you like something a little bit more classic, like Aragon, I think this would also be a cool story. It hasn't won any awards necessarily, but it does have a ton of 5-star reviews on Goodreads. So I think it's just under the radar, and other people should definitely check it out. Unfortunately, in this book, the main character's father passes away very quickly, and when the same night that he passes away and is killed, she also finds out that he's a dragon, which is crazy. And she's injured, and she wakes up, and she is no longer in this world. She is in the magical realm. And so she learns that people might be real people, or they might actually be dragons, that they have a person that they can appear to be if they do not feel like being in their dragon form. And so she also has this huge birthmark on her leg, which I thought that was kind of funny, because the darker your birthmark is, the more powerful you're supposed to be of a dragon rider at some point in your life. And my husband has one that's really, really dark on his leg. So I was like, sweetie, you can ride a dragon. But it's a really cute love story. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some kind of nasty love triangle. And she's a really neat character for kind of being the underdog, but very powerful in her own right, and finds her voice to stand up for what she believes in. So I think this would be a great book for some of our young adult fans to check it out. All right, so most of these quotes I chose just because it shows how well the author nails the young adult perspective and that teen angst of, my parents drive me crazy, and, just how macabre they can view the world at some time. So the lower 3 quotes are about that, but the top quote I just thought was really cool. If your mind and your heart are in the same place, then you should be able to do whatever you want. And so I think that's really powerful for our kids to hear today. And then the rest of them are just kind of funny. It just shows how well she conveys that teenage angst. Just 2 more years, then I'll be 18 and free from this freak show. So she's talking about her dad. And I think most of us have probably thought or said that at some point when we were younger teenagers. So here's a couple more just to show the teenage viewpoint that she has done so well developing in her books. The same stupid song about a miracle boomed from my MP3 player, drowning the sound of the engine and the hard dribbles on the roof, a percussion that became the perpetual soundtrack to my misery. My eyes started to burn as I stared at the rain running sideways against my window. Each rivet resembled another town, another place I could never call home again, or never again call home. So I think Firebolt would appeal to lots of teenagers, Harry Potter fans, anybody that likes fantasy and likes to see a girl, the unassuming girl who actually